Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming to the presentation. And we're going to give you a very short presentation. It's not going to be too long-winded, but we will open the floor to questions or afterwards. That's fine as well. My name is Jan, and I'm the CEO of Telitec. I've got a representation of staff with me tonight from the technical side, from the marketing side, from the sales side, from all different sides. And we're just going to go through a brief presentation about what we're classing, please forgive us, the forgotten. Yeah. Okay? Yeah. We thought it was pretty apt. Okay, so we're going to start by introducing the company. Anybody that doesn't know us, the name is Telitec Connections SL is the proper name, but everybody knows it just as the short abbreviation of Telitec. We were formed in 2002. We are CMT licensed. We're very multilingual. We have all different nationalities here, from Irish to English to Romanian to Spanish to every nationality you could think of. And we are about 45 members in the main office, that's in Carrara, and then we have various satellite offices throughout Spain. We are a pure telecommunication company in the sense that we deal with all forms of telecommunication, not just fibre. So we deal with TV, we deal with mobile, we deal with ADSL, we deal with wireless. We have what is probably the largest wireless infrastructure in Spain as our own infrastructure set up by Stephen here. Okay, so we do all different types of things, but today is about fibre. Okay, so let's hope this works. Okay, why fibre? Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious, but I'm going to explain it anyway. Okay, so with fibre, what can you do with fibre? Okay, so these are all a representation of a small representation of things that you can do with fibre. Obviously, you can Skype, whether it be for business or your family. You can use Spotify for music. You can watch. You can go on YouTube. You can use iPlayer. You can use Netflix or Amazon Prime. And you can also, if you're working from home, do things a lot quicker. If you're actually working from home and you've got to make large transfers of graphics or whatever, then obviously those things come a lot quicker. And the beauty of this is that you can do all of this at exactly the same time. So effectively, if you've got kids or yourself that likes gaming, and then somebody else is working in another room and another person is talking to somebody on Skype, all of those things can happen exactly the same time. And that is the beauty of fibre. And we have a number of people who obviously have fibre with us and they think it's changed their lives. It's made things so much easier. Another big advantage to fibre is if you rent your house or if you're planning to sell your house in the future, fibre always adds value to that property. So especially on the renting market, people are looking for that for their whole family to have this good internet connection that doesn't suffer during some months during the year. Okay? All right. And we're going to explain very, very briefly about deploying fibre. Okay? So we start off with the node. Okay, over there. We start with the web, and then we start off with the node. Okay? And then what we do, all right, is it's hard to explain in this such a short, confined thing, but basically what we do is we have to deploy fibre through the town, in this case of Benita, and then what we'll do is we'll go to spots in the road, okay, and then from there we'll go, and the difference between fibre in this form and in the UK, for example, is this is fibre to your actual door. It's not, in England, it's not quite fibre to your door. So this is actually fibre to your door. So we do all of this up until this point here. We get to the spots on your road, and then we'll actually get fibre directly into your house. Now, that's me simplifying something that's very long-winded. But the idea is to show you the sort of stages we have to go through, all right, to actually get it to there. We have to go through urbanisations, road junctions. We have to look at your particular road. So every single thing has to be looked at when you're deploying fibre, all the infrastructure from point A to point B. Okay. And what we also have to do before we start deploying fibre, this is the bit that we mainly hit. We have to put a project together. In the case of the HL and Javier ones, they were that thick, and we have to put them together as a project, show the town halls exactly where we're going to go, what junctions we're going to use, what poles we're going to use, what manholes we're going to use, where we're going to end up, and then we're going to look at the streets, and then we have to get permissions for all of that, and that's a quite long-winded process, and then eventually we'll be given a license to do that. If they've made alterations, we have to have meetings with them and fix all of that as well. And all of these things cost manpower, time, and plenty of money. Okay, so all of these things cost us money. Yeah. What does it take to deploy? This is a very sort of random picture. Here we go. We're going up a pole, for example, very there in the left-hand corner. We're going up the pole, and that just looks like a pole, and we have to go up it. But no, if that's a Telefonica pole, we have to either pay to be on that pole, or it'll ask us to replace it altogether. So if you have an urbanisation and it's full of poles, we've got a serious problem, because that cost of that deployment is going to be much more than if we can go under infrastructure that's already there. We obviously have to go down manholes, interesting one. We went to deploy recently in an urbanisation very near to you. Which one was it? Which one was the one where we had to take the silt out recently? That's right, and we went there, and 3 people on this road wanted fibre. And we thought, okay, there's the manhole, we just need to look, we've got permissions, everything's sorted. No, we went to open the manhole, and there was a ton of silt in the manhole. So we've got 2 choices. We either say to Telefonica, who by law have to come and empty that manhole, and then wait 6 months for them to actually do that, or we dig it out ourselves. So a day later, 5 men later, we've dug that amount of silt out, and we've eventually got fibre to those 3 homes. But you see, everything is not quite as simple as it looks. And we're obviously going to need diggers, and we're going to need splicers, we're going to need cable, we're going to need lots of manpower. We do not have sextuplets working for us, but I wish we did, it would be fun. But we need lots of manpower, and we need huge amounts of money to actually do this.
You got that from us.
I so wish. Alright, and why are you forgotten? You are forgotten, and I'll tell you why you've forgotten. Because I have to just run in front of the screen for 2 minutes. Here, see this little area here? There is more people living in that, in the Javier port, than there is in the whole of Las Vegas. There is more people living in that block than the whole of that urbanisation. So if you're looking at a financial situation, you're going to say, right, I'll just deploy right that block, because that's got as much potential as the whole of that urbanisation. But we're here to change that, because the likes of Movie Star, Orange, the bigger operators, they're going to look at that, they're going to number crunch, they're going to big crunch, and they're going to basically say no, because really, you know, they need the whole of that urbanisation to join before they say that's not, you know, it's not viable. Financially, you know, they'll think of medium, you know, term return, maybe shorter term. We're going to work in the medium to long term, and that's something that doesn't happen very much in Spain. Okay, so we're going to take the fibre, hopefully. We're going to take the fibre, hopefully, and we're going to be able to get to your urbanisation, and we're going to be able to offer you fibre. However, we're going to say, and we're going to put it back to you, we're all going to work together, and we're going to say, but if you want us to do that, you have to give us commitment. You have to say to us, well, we're going to say to you, actually, this is the number of people, this is the heads that we know will eventually give us our money back in the medium to long term. It's just a fact. And that's not allowing us for things, well, it's allowing us a little bit of leeway for not too many poles and not too many silt-ridden manholes. We've worked it out on a rough estimate. This is how many people we actually need to commit to having fibre. So if we get to your urbanisation, we know there's 80 people there that have committed to have that fibre at that cost. If we get to that urbanisation, we need 60 at that cost, depending on the size of your urbanisation and the size of the population of your organisation, although really it is more on the size. Okay, so, this is just an example of the lengths that people will go to get fibre. This is a town in Scotland. Anybody from Scotland? No? Okay, and they wanted fibre, and BT said no, because we have 35 kilometres of road to dig up to give you fibre, and we're just 50 people in that village. We're not doing that because that's just not viable even in the long term. Okay, so we're not doing it because we just don't want to. Okay, anyway, these people raised money, crowdfunded, did whatever they wanted to, and they raised the money themselves and then did the work themselves to get that fibre, and they dug up 35 kilometres of road to do that at a cost of 300,000. And the reason why I'm actually showing you this is because I'm trying to put into perspective the actual cost of deploying fibre. A lot of people think you go under a pipe, you put it through, and it's there, what's your problem? No. It's a lot more complex and a lot more difficult to do that, and it's actually particularly difficult to do it in Spain because the infrastructure is not that good. Alright, so I just wanted to show you an example. Obviously, they did crowdfund that money and we're not asking you to do that. So, it sort of gives an example of how good the fibre should be when you get it to your house, but obviously how much it costs to do. Okay, so you're not forgotten anymore. We are remembering you, we are saying we are here to help you, but you need, again, to help us. And in a minute, Gemma and Max are going to go through, so Max needs to reach the tall ones, but they're going to go through what we need from you to actually make it viable in your community or in your organisation. And we're asking you to commit. We're not asking you for money. At the end of the day, we'll tell you the install cost quite freely, all right, tonight. You can ask those questions in a minute, okay? But we're not asking you for anything up front other than your signature to say that you are committed to have fibre. Should we raise the numbers of people on your development, we will come there, we will deploy. And that's all we're asking for tonight. And to make it even, it's not working. Oh no, I passed it out. Have I gone past one? Alright, okay, these are the organisations, and this is where we need numbers, so this will be a very, very quick slide. And then we're even going to give you one better than that, and we're going to say that if you join tonight and you commit to having your fibre, should we reach your development and should we reach those numbers, and your neighbour's not here, and if you go and speak to your neighbour and encourage him to come to our office or at least even speak to us, and he decides to commit, we will actually give you a free month for doing that when your fibre is actually installed. So I don't think, I don't think we could be fairer than that, but the floor is now open for questions.